Hey, it's Oscar here, and welcome to part 2 of how to use a slant board. In part 2, we're going to go through how you can use a slant board to stretch the calves. So when it comes to any type of squatting, mobility is going to be a very big important factor, especially ankle flexibility. This is probably the easiest and most convenient way to stretch your calves and therefore also increasing your ankle mobility. And the best way to do this is to simply put one foot on the slant board. So if you can keep your foot completely straight, but if you're super tight, you might need to have it slightly bent and get a nice stretch in there. And when you notice that those calves are starting to open up a little bit more, you can go ahead and put your hips forward a little bit more. And that way you're gonna notice that the stretch is going to increase a little bit. So if you do this regularly on a frequent basis, then those calves are going to slowly start opening up more and more, and you don't really have to push this to a painful level. And you can of course also do this with 2 feet, so all you do is stand on the slant board with both feet. That's it, all you do is stand around there. Now you might want to hold on to something so you can have the balance, but also try to keep the heels on the ground here. So don't have the heels come up from the ground, instead keep the heels in contact with the slant board at all times, and that way you will get that very effective stretch. I feel like with one foot it's going to be more effective, and then you simply swap the foot to another one, you get another effective stretch. But if you're short on time or just want to do something passively, then you can do it with both feet. Another cool thing you can do if you're doing this standing on the slant board with both of your feet is that you can slightly bend forward from your hips, and this way you're going to notice a very extreme hamstring stretch. So this is going to be way more intense than usual hamstring stretches, because of course you're also stretching the calves here at the same time. So usually before any training session you really don't want to do any static stretching, because that's actually going to reduce your performance and your strength, because your muscle is getting way too relaxed. But when it comes to the calves and ankle mobility, this is an exception. Here you can actually do a static stretch for the ankles. So therefore, before any type of squat session, I recommend that you stretch out your calves a little bit using a slant board or something else. But if you have a slant board, it's going to be an easy, convenient way. You stretch them out a little bit, because ankle mobility is going to be a big limiting factor if it's too tight. And it's also going to make it easier for you to have a clean squat technique if your ankle mobility is on point. Another very important reason why you want to stretch your ankles and your calves is because that can actually reduce your risk of an Achilles tear injury. And prevention is always way better than actually managing an injury after it's already occurred. So usually Achilles tear injuries tend to happen because of tightness and also weakness in the ankle, so basically the calves. Of course you can't always prevent everything, so sometimes if you do everything perfectly you can still get injured, but in general these are very easy things you can do to prevent a Achilles tear injury. And the easiest way is of course just standing on a slant board and therefore reducing your Achilles injury risk. And that's a really good bang for your buck and a good return on your investment, because all you do is stand on this and you can save a lot of time possibly rehabbing from a injury, and also who knows how much money you can save by just preventing an injury from happening before it actually occurs. So those are a few ways that you can stretch your calves using a slant board, and also a few benefits why you should do it. So mainly improve your ankle mobility, that's going to help you with squats, but also many other lower body exercises, and also reducing Achilles tear injuries. So very simple equipment, but very usable for many reasons. And hey, if you haven't already checked out part 1 of this series where we go through how you can use a slant board for squats and the benefits it brings to you, then make sure you go check out part 1 of this series to find out how you can make the best use of your slant board. Now if you found this video helpful, then please go ahead and leave this video a like, it's highly appreciated, and subscribe to the channel for more tips on how to optimize your body weight, ring and at-home fitness training. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.